Hello everyone, I'm Troublesome Trucks back again for another episode of Crash City Requested. We didn't have one on Tuesday just because I wanted to upload the unboxing and stuff, but we're back now for another episode. So this is episode 121, and it is a request from Sambo, and they requested an old-fashioned engine free-for-all. So we have engines that were built in the 1800s or early 1900s, or kind of just act more mature and stuff. So or at least their bases were built pretty late, quite a while ago. So the engines today are Steven, Glenn, Edward, Toby, Samson, Skarloey, Rheneas, Emily's Tender, Stepney, and Whiff. So it'll be the best out of 7 rounds. May the best engine win, and let the mayhem begin. Alright, starting with round 1. So again, this is a free-for-all, no teams, every engine for themselves. We have 10 engines here, so quite a lot, so it's probably going to be a lot of crashes, a lot of engines on the tracks. We'll see how this goes. We had Stepney starting it off, now we have Edward going in with Clip Skarloey. Toby's out now. Emily's Tender, Steven, and finally Rheneas. So okay, it's everything's going down in the middle. Toby and Emily Tender are down. Steven's on his side on the tracks. Skarloey's trying to push through. Stepney is stuck on the tracks. Rheneas is going sideways. Whiff and Glenn are down. Skarloey and Edward and Samson are trying to push through the backup. Oh my goodness, Skarloey falls over. Edward breaks through and pushes Stepney over. And Samson's at the back of the lineup. So I think we're going to give the point to him, because Samson is out of the back, and I think he was the last one going. But that was a big crash in the middle, and everyone kind of all derailed pretty much at the same time. But the first round's going to go to Samson, so kind of got lucky there, but it is what it is. So Samson, first point on the board. We'll see how he does moving forward, but let's reset for the next battle. Alright, going for round 2. Samson starts us off, followed by Glenn, Rheneas, Emily's Tender. Samson, collides with Rheneas. Rheneas is gone. Edward's out. Emily's Tender has caught Glenn. Glenn is over. Emily's Tender's off the tracks. Glenn is pushed off the... Stepney's pushing Edward. We have Whiff, Steven. Whiff just clips Samson. Now he's going for Stepney. And Stepney's going over. Whiff is out. Samson collides with Toby, pushes him through. He's derailed. Skarloey's the last one out, and now he gets caught. Samson's still kind of struggling to move over there. Edward just moved forward. Stepney's still blocking the tracks. Whiff is holding up Skarloey, and Samson's front wheels are off, so he is kind of balancing on only a couple wheels, so he can't really get any traction. This is going to be a close call of who's going to get it. I thought it was going to be Skarloey, then Samson almost moved, but I think Edward, he was stuck, but I think he moved Stepney forward like an inch, but I think that's what we're going to have to do to call it. Pretty close, Skarloey and Samson. Samson could have got 2 points in a row, but final call, we are giving it to Edward. So, well done, Edward. Pretty close call for you, but you got the point in the end, so let's head on to the next round. Alright, off we go. Round 3. Edward off first. Whiff following behind. Toby next. Emily's Tender. Edward eliminates Toby. Toby's getting pushed aside, and he's down in the center, kind of, and he's still kind of on the tracks, or now he's falling off on his side. Rheneas and Skarloey are hashing it out. Okay, Rheneas is gone. Glenn and Skarloey as well. Whiff is pushing Edward around. Whiff is in peril. Samson, Stepney, Steven, and Emily Tender still going. Emily Tender collides with Whiff. Samson's gonna back him up, and Whiff is down. Samson and Emily Tender have wheels off. They're stuck on the curve. Steven, Edward, and the Stepney going around. Steven eliminates Edward as Stepney's derailed after he's taken out Samson and Emily's Tender, and it's Steven, the Rocket. Actually, one of the first, if not the first, steam engines ever constructed, and the best of its time. The Rocket, Steven, is getting a point in this Crash City episode, so well done, Steven. There we go. 1 point for you. You are now tied with Edward and Samson, so 3 engines on the board in 3 rounds. No one with more than 1 point, but sure we'll get there eventually. Round 4 is up to go. Alright, round 4, nearly halfway through the competition. We have Steven going first, then Whiff, Scarloey, Rheneas. Scarloey clipped Steven, doesn't take him out though. Another close call between Whiff and Rheneas. Glenn and Emily send her out. Whiff and colliding with Scarloey. Rheneas helping out. Whiff is out. Stepney eliminates Emily Sender. Edward just misses Steven. And we have Toby, final one out. So only 2 engines down. Stepney is in trouble. Samson eliminates Toby. Rheneas is stuck. Stepney and Glenn in the back of Rheneas. There's going to be trouble here. Rheneas, Stepney, and Glenn down all on the points. My goodness. I think it was Steven and Scarloey that had a collision, and Edward is the only one left going around past all the downed engines. It's quite a battle zone all around. Engines on their sides and upside down and all over the place, but Edward managed to somehow escape through it all, and now he's kind of stuck on Toby. And he got the point anyway, so well done, Edward. That's 2 points for you. He takes the lead going into round 5, so maybe he has a chance at winning this. Still 3 more rounds to go, so any engine can still win, even those with 0 points. Edward's in good standings at the moment. We'll see how he does in the next few rounds. Round 5 is inbound. Alright, back in action. Here we go. Edward going first for round 5. Emily's Tender. We got Steven, Rheneas, Stepney joining the fight. Toby, Stepney and Steven collided. There looks like they're both out. So Toby has an altercation with Rheneas, who's going over. Toby almost gets switches tracks. Stepney is making a getaway. Okay, Glenn eliminates the leader, Edward. Scarloey and Samson dangling off the tracks. Scarloey and Whiff have a collision. Scarloey's back on the tracks. Glenn and Samson fall over. Emily Sender gets caught up on Whiff. Scarloey's still stuck on Toby. Oh my goodness, another crazy round. All stuff going off. Stepney tried to get away through the snow. Glenn rear-ended the back of Samson. Engines overturned in the middle. But I think it was actually Emily's Tender who was last going. It was between her and Scarloey, but I think it was just Emily's Tender by a narrow margin. So we're going to give the point to Emily's Tender. Emily, or Tender, in this case, get a point on the board with only 2 rounds left to go. So Steven, Emily, and Samson on 1, Edward on 2. So there are the standings at the moment. Let's go to round 6, penultimate round. Alright, if you want to start getting on the board at all, you want to probably start doing it now. We only have 2 rounds left, so round 6, we got Emily Sender, winner of the last round. Scarloey, Samson, Steven, Toby. Steven, just barely gets past Scarloey. Samson collides with Toby. Toby's out. Steven eliminates Glenn and himself. There we go, very nice. Well done, Steven. Scarloey's pushing Emily Sender. We got Rheneas and Stepney last. And so Rheneas gets hit by Emily Sender. Samson just misses Stepney. Emily Sender and Scarloey fall down on the points. We got Edward, Stepney, Whiff, and Samson. Edward has 2 points and Samson has 1. Stepney and Whiff, I do not believe have any points, and they don't. So Whiff just barely misses Samson. Stepney pushing Edward. Samson collides with Whiff. And Whiff is going sideways. Samson is half off the tracks as well. Edward and Stepney are heading towards the collision zone, but Edward's in front, so he's going to take the brunt of the force. He gets past both of them. A little hiccup from both of them, but they make it past mostly unscathed. And they're still going. Oh, and Stepney. Oh, I thought we might have to go into a tiebreaker, but Stepney derailed on the points, pushing Edward and knocked his front wheels off and set him off balance. And Edward, last one going, and except now he's caught on whiff. Oh, and he almost got through, but the last one going anyway. So good try, especially Stepney almost had it, but fell off right at the end. So Edward will take another point. So let's get them back at the starting gates for one more round. And just like that, it's time for the finale round. So right now, Edward has 3 points. Samson won, Steven won, and Emily won. So Edward is looks like the winner because no other engine can catch up. But we'll have one more round just to see what everyone else can do, and maybe one other engine can get a point on the board, or someone can get a strong second. So, on the track a little bit there. Samson, oh my goodness, Glenn and Rheneas took each other down. I barely caught that. That was, seemed pretty brutal. Toby just barely misses Samson. Stepney right behind Edward once more. And Emily Sender, the last one out. Oh my goodness, Scarlett's pretty salty. He's trying to take out Edward. Oh, and oh my goodness. He's caught Edward's side rod. Stepney got taken out by Emily Sender. Whiff is over. So, oh, Steven and Samson fall over simultaneously, and it's Toby left going around the track, and he's going to collide into the mess, and he's going to try and push through. That's Edward trying to move, I think, but Scarlett's caught his side rods and preventing them from doing a full rotation and jamming things up. So yeah, that's what a round to end. A lot of big crashes there, but Toby will prevail in the final one. He's struggling to push past. Can he do it? Oh, and he gets kicked off while trying to go through. Well, unfortunately for Toby, he didn't get the victory lap he wanted, but he will pick up the final point. So let's get them in the middle for a final recap and photo shoot. Alright, the finale shot. The winner of today's competition will be the number 2 blue engine on the Northwestern Railway. Edward takes the victory today with a total of 3 points, and with 10 engines out on the tracks. Pretty solid score. Steven, Toby, Samson, and Emily also managed to pick up a point each, so well done to Samson, Toby, Steven, and Emily Sender. And then the other engines who unfortunately didn't get any points today were Rheneas, Scarlowe, Whiff, Stepney, and Glenn. So we'll have to try again another time, but half of the engines got points, but it was mostly dominated by Edward. Samson was pretty close to multiple rounds, so he could have got it, but overall the winner today was Edward, so well done to him and everyone that competed. That was very nice crashes and pretty hectic and stuff, so a lot of action and stuff. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Troublesome Truck signing out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.